Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are taking a documentary approach to dissecting human behavior and money. We're keeping the words simple, breaking down the theories so it's incredibly easy to understand, and keeping the visuals minimalist so we can focus on what really matters. We are going to completely dismantle a widespread illusion that traps, honestly, 99% of people. It's this deeply ingrained belief that a high salary automatically equals true wealth. Spoiler alert, it absolutely doesn't. We have to start with this incredibly provocative thought from our source material. Take a second and really think about it. If you believe those digital numbers on your screen or the physical paper tucked in your wallet are actual wealth, you're kind of playing the game with the wrong rulebook. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the fundamental truth you need to grasp. Money itself isn't wealth. I mean, that paper note has zero intrinsic power, right? Its power comes entirely from society's collective trust. When you're grinding away at a 9-to-5, you are simply converting your sweat, your precious time, and your effort into a medium of exchange. Money is literally just a tool. It's a tool you use to command other people's time and labor later on. To really get this, let's look at two totally different mindsets. First, we have Kaju. Now, Kaju works incredibly hard, but he's completely financially illiterate. He mistakes cash for wealth. Then, on the other side, there's Motobai. He doesn't worship money at all. Instead, he uses it strictly as a tool to build assets.
Think of it like this. Income is just water flowing out of a tap. It's just a flow. Wealth, on the other hand, is the water actually collected and stored safely in your bucket. So if Kaju earns, say, 1 lakh a month, but spends every single rupee on a flashy lifestyle just to impress people he doesn't even like, his bucket has a massive hole in it. He's got a high income, sure, but absolutely zero wealth. He is totally trapped in that cycle.
And this brings us to a pretty harsh reality. Today's money is inherently way more valuable than tomorrow's money. Why? Because you have the power to invest it right now. When Kaju delays saving, he isn't just losing time, he is paying a massive opportunity cost, entirely missing out on the explosive future growth of compounding. Now, what's really interesting is how this plays out over time. The stark contrast in their timelines reveals everything you need to know. Motobai starts investing a modest 5,000 rupees a month at age 25. Kaju? Well, he waits until he's 35, suddenly panics, and tries to desperately catch up by investing 3 times as much, 15,000 rupees a month. Reveal the staggering result at age 60. Even though Kaju is pumping in 3 times the cash later on, he only ends up with 1.8 crore. Meanwhile, Motabai's early start and sheer patience ballooned his wealth to an amazing 3.2 crore. Without time, compounding is kind of weak, but with time, it makes you practically unstoppable. So you're probably wondering, how do you actually find the money to invest early? Well, you have to realize that your income doesn't decide your future. Your cash flow does. Cash flow is simply the money coming in minus the money going out. True wealth begins the exact moment you create a surplus. And to create a surplus, you need a system. Motabai uses a really strict 50-30-20 budget framework. That's 50% for absolute survival needs, 30% for lifestyle wants, and a totally non-negotiable 20% for saving. This instantly stops those invisible leaks. You know, like Kaju's daily 150 rupee snacks on delivery apps that secretly drain his bucket dry. Let's move along and see how this builds a rock-solid foundation. We call this the saving safety pyramid. Notice the specific order of the steps here. Skipping directly from income to investing is just a total recipe for disaster. You absolutely must build that emergency fund first, usually about 3 to 6 months of expenses. Because when life hits you hard, and it will, you don't want to be forced to sell your investments at a major loss. And speaking of where to stash that money, we really need to rethink banks completely. Banks are not these safe little magical lockers. They are middlemen. Look at it. Kaju deposits his surplus and gets 4%. The bank turns around, instantly hands that exact same money to Motabai for a business loan and charges him 10%. The bank quietly pockets the 6% difference. Kaju's idle money is working its tail off for the bank, not for him.
So who actually controls this entire game? That would be the central bank, through a little thing called the repo rate. This is essentially the macroeconomy simplified for you. It's the interest rate the central bank charges commercial banks. Think of it as the ultimate accelerator and brake pedal for the entire economy's money supply. Just look at how this played out in the real world recently. During COVID, the central bank slashed rates to a historic low of 4% to try and save the economy. Cheap money completely flooded the market. But guess what? That caused massive inflation. So they had to slam on the emergency brakes, hiking it all the way up to 6.5%. And suddenly, Codger's home loan EMI skyrocketed simply because money became expensive again. And this brilliantly illustrates the dual nature of debt. It can literally make or break you. Good debt, the kind used by Motobuy, buys assets that generate more income than the loan actually costs. Think businesses or rental properties. But bad debt, which Kaju loves, funds a lifestyle he can't actually afford. It pulls money directly out of his pocket every single month. EMIs are frankly a sweet poison. Let's say Kaju wants a new 50,000 rupee phone. Paying up front in cash hurts mentally, so he takes the EMI. It feels super small and manageable. But over 2 years, that phone actually ends up costing him 60,000 rupees. The EMI completely hides the true cost and just drags him deeper and deeper into a debt spiral. You know what supercharges this debt spiral? Our modern convenience. It's the cashless trap. Scanning a quick QR code or swiping UPI completely removes the psychological pain of paying. Back when you physically handed over cash, your brain naturally paused. It felt real. Now, you don't even feel yourself getting poorer. But what if you actually use the system to your advantage? Enter the ultimate wealth-building secret of the ultra-rich: leverage. Financially literate people use a tiny, tiny fraction of their own money, combined with borrowed money from the bank, to control massive assets. They literally multiply their returns by using other people's money. I mean, just imagine turning a 2.6 crore investment into an astounding 200 crore asset. How is that even possible? I promise you, it's not by aggressively saving pennies. It's through the highly calculated use of leverage. Take the famous real estate example of Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan's house, Mana. Overthinking the situation means waiting around to save 13 crore in pure cash, effectively blocking all your liquidity. Rich thinking, however, is putting down just 2.6 crore and letting the bank cover the rest. Fast forward over the decades, the property's value explodes to 200 crore, all while positive cash flow handles the EMI for you. It's genius. But listen, all this incredible wealth building, it means absolutely nothing without a shield. Picture this. Kaju finally gets his act together, budgets, saves, and builds a solid 20 lakh portfolio. Then, out of nowhere, a medical emergency hits. A single 15 lakh hospital bill instantly wipes out years of hard work. So the crucial point here is that you absolutely must have essential financial shields in place. Health insurance protects your hard-earned wealth from devastating medical bills. Term life insurance provides a massive safety net for your family if the absolute worst happens. And the golden rule we all need to remember? Never, ever mix insurance with your investments. Insurance is just about risk pooling to prevent poverty. It's not a tool designed to make you rich. Okay, once you are fully protected, you have to make the transition from merely saving to actively investing. Keeping cash in a bank is necessary for emergencies, for sure, but it guarantees a slow loss of purchasing power over time thanks to inflation. Investing, putting that money to work in assets like stocks or real estate, is literally the only way your money actually grows and outpaces inflation. And why are we doing all this? Well, we are redefining retirement. Forget the idea that it's an age where you're finally too old to work. True retirement is simply a mathematical milestone. It's the exact moment where the passive income generated by your assets equals or exceeds your monthly living expenses. The second you hit that number, you are mentally and completely free. Which brings us to the ultimate question you really have to ask yourself today. Look closely at your daily habits. Are you forever working for money like Kaju, completely trapped in the cycle? Or are you actively building a system where your money works tirelessly for you, just like Motobuy? The choice and the incredible freedom that comes with it is entirely yours.